Good morning, class. Welcome to the class. I hope you all have watched the last video which was sent to you and must have understood the introduction of the chapter. And we have already studied in the chapter that in the last topic was that if we are keeping the temperature constant, the pressure and volume are inversely proportional to each other. Inversely proportional, that means if we are increasing the pressure, the volume will be decreased, and as we are increasing the pressure, the volume will be decreased. So Robert Boyle was the scientist, and in year 1662 he found out that if we are keeping the temperature constant, then the volume and the pressure, they are inversely proportional to each other for a given mass of dry gas. It has to be noted that it is dry gas, no moisture is there, it is just the gas. So we can write, so the derivation of Boyle's law is given as V1 is inversely proportional to P1 for a given mass of gas. Volume, initial volume is V1 and P1. Then to remove this proportionality sign, we will put a constant. So we can write that V1 is equal to K upon P1, or we can write P1 V1 is equal to K, which is a constant. K is a constant of proportionality. Now if final volume becomes of same gas of a given mass, V2, volume becomes V2 and pressure becomes P2. So V2 is again inversely proportional to P2, or we can write V2 is equal to K upon P2, removing the constant proportionality sign. So we can write P2 V2 is equal to K, which is again a constant. So combining these two equations, we can write, because both are equal to K, so we can write P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2, which is a constant. But we have to keep one thing in mind, that it has to be at constant temperature. This is very important, that temperature should not be altered, because temperature is again altering the or changing the volume. So temperature has to be kept constant, so then only we can see this law obeying. Now how we can graphically verify this Boyle's law? The first graph we will be seeing of volume versus 1 upon P, pressure, 1 by pressure. So we can see the line we are getting the straight line. Keeping the temperature constant, we get a straight line which is coming out from the origin. So if because as they are inversely proportional to each other, we get this line. Now if we see volume versus pressure, so we will get a hyperbolic curve, because it is decreasing, it is inversely proportional. So as the pressure is increasing, the volume will be decreasing, so we get a hyperbolic curve. The third graph is PV versus pressure. Temperature we have kept constant, so as we are increasing the pressure, then the pressure volume is which is on the y-axis, it is giving a straight line which is parallel to the x-axis, that is pressure, because PV is always a constant, which we have already studied in Boyle's law. Boyle's law states that the product of pressure and volume is always a constant if temperature is kept constant, because this is increasing, so this will be decreasing. So in total it will be a constant, it will be equal. If pressure is doubled, volume becomes half. If pressure is halved, then volume will be doubled. So this is how, so they both are inversely proportional, but their product is always a constant. Now explanation of Boyle's law in terms of molecular motion. So kinetic theory you all have studied in class 8. So in class 8 you have studied in kinetic theory that particles are always in a random motion, they are always moving, right? They are not stationary, they are always moving. So we can say that when the molecules are moving, the temperature we are not altering. So what happens that if we are increasing the pressure, so the particles will be coming close to each other, right? So the volume will be decreased, and if we are removing the pressure, then the particles will be moving far apart, thereby increasing the volume of the gas. So this is how we can show in terms of, or explain in terms of, molecular motion or the kinetic theory. Now the next thing is the importance of Boyle's law, how it is important, or significance of Boyle's law, you can say. So as we know that pressure, if pressure is increasing, volume is decreasing and temperature is remaining constant. So if that means volume is decreasing, that means the gas is becoming denser and denser, the density is increasing. So if we are going at high altitude, especially the mountaineers who are climbing up the mountains, so what happens, as we are going higher and higher altitude, what will happen, the atmospheric pressure is low, and if that pressure is low, that means the volume is increasing. Pressure is low, volume is more. So if volume is more, that means the air will be less dense, the density will be less, and therefore we find, as many of you must have gone in higher altitudes, then you must have experienced difficulty in breathing. So therefore the mountaineers who have to climb such high altitudes, therefore they use oxygen cylinders. Now if we will look at the numericals, so basically these all are formula based only. We just have to put the substituting the values of each and everything. Only we need to identify that which one is what. So now the first numerical, it says, the first numerical says a gas occupies 800 centimeter cube. It occupies means 800 centimeter cube is the volume under 760 mmHg pressure. So it is already given that this is the pressure. So this will be P1. Find under what pressure the gas will occupy 380 centimeter cube. That means what we have to find out pressure, and the final volume is 380 centimeter cube. The temperature remaining constant, so this tells us that we have to apply Boyle's law. So then we will simply we have to substitute the values in this formula of P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. We just have to substitute the values and get the answer. And as it is the pressure, so we will be using the same unit. Writing the unit is a must. Now the second example we will be looking at, it says that a gas occupies 600 centimeter cube. That means again it is the volume under a pressure of 700 mmHg. That means it is pressure. Find under what pressure, we have to find the pressure, the volume of the gas will be reduced by 20%. So now they are not telling the exact volume, but they are saying that 20% of it is decreased. Decreased means obviously it will be minus. So 20%, what will be the 20% of the total volume, that is 600, it is come out to be 120. So this much has been reduced. Reduced means that we have to subtract from the original, right? So what was original? 600. To 600 minus 120, that is 480 centimeter cube, and then we have to simply substitute the values to find the answer. The next question says the capacity of one cylinder is 4 decimeter cube and that of the other is 1 decimeter cube. The pressure is in the first cylinder is 560 mmHg and that in the second is 1000 mmHg. Both of these cylinders containing carbon dioxide are connected together by a tube fitted with a tap. What will be the final pressure in either cylinder on opening the tap if the pressure remains constant? So this is quite a lengthy numerical as in the question, but we have to understand. Now there are two cylinders, they are connected. So for first cylinder we can see that for first cylinder we have P1 as 560, V1 as 4, because one of the volume is 4 and the other the combination, if we see the total combined, we have to find out then we have to find out the P2. Means ki if both the total volume will be taken, and along with that total volume one of the cylinders volume, and in second case a total volume we have taken as V2 and V1 we have taken as another cylinder. So this is how we will be putting up the value simply. So we just have to put up the values, that is P2 is equal to 560 into 560 into 4 upon 5. That will be the giving the P2. Then another P2 for another cylinder having the capacity of 1 decimeter cube, that comes out to be 200 mmHg, and final pressure at one when both are connected, that is what they want. So when they will be connected, so it will be final pressure will be 448 plus 200 mmHg. Now the next numerical we will be seeing is the volume of a given mass of a gas with some pieces of marble in a container at 750 mmHg pressure is 100 ml. If the pressure is changed to 1000 mmHg, the new volume is 80 ml. Find the volume occupied by the marble pieces if the temperature remains constant. So this is the question. So we have taken the marble volume occupied by the marble pieces as VmL. That is what we have taken. So the volume occupied by the gas will be 100 minus that VmL, right? And volume occupied at 1000 mmHg, it will be 80 minus VmL, and then simply substituting in the formula P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. Just the substitution and we will get the value of volume which is of the gas. That is what we are, volume of the marble piece we have to identify or we have to calculate, right? So kindly do the in-text question which is there. The numerical based on Boyle's law is given. The 6 questions are given in the pink or the purple box. The page is 119, but if you are having the old book or old edition, then the page number might be different. So just see that you have to solve the numericals based on the Boyle's law in your chemistry copies. Thank you.